you can't really like start a song. I mean, obviously you go into a songwriting session and you say like, okay, let's get it going. But most of the time a song starts when you're not expecting it. You know, a melody comes to your mind or some lyrics or whatever. So you have like, or at least I do already have like a little collection of lyrics and music bits and pieces that I sang into my phone. So that's my preparation for a songwriting session. No, I'm not that organized that I put them into different genres or boxes where they belong. It's basically just collecting it in a random order and then desperately trying to find the right audio file with the right or whatever on it. So obviously, of course, you have to name those files and at least get a hint of what this could mean. Yeah. Sometimes it's already like a melody combined with a sentence or whatever. And sometimes I sing something in my phone and all of a sudden you hear like that at the end there needs to be a certain word because that would make sense in a melodic way, whatever. So sometimes you just literally just have a few hummings on the phone and sometimes you have a full sentence. Yeah. And know a little about the people I'm gonna meet, especially when they have like a big name in the business, right? Then, you know, then obviously they say, okay, and tomorrow you're gonna meet him or her, and him or her already worked with whatever. If they are famous in the songwriting scene, then I think I'm prepared a little more. And I don't want to be respectless or shady, but you know, if someone works with Kylie Minogue, you check everything you can find. But on the other hand, it's not really necessary because you start from scratch anyway. You can't expect somebody who is working with a huge star writing a hit. I mean, obviously they have way more experiences. Now I'm talking in circles because I can't say too much. But no, I'm not really prepared, and I actually don't really care if I'm honest, because I just want to enter the room, say hello to everybody, get a feeling, talk a little bit, and you know, over the days you talk about the work you've done anyway. So sometimes I'm in the living room, literally, and sometimes they book a studio. Because what you do in songwriting sessions is, in the best case, you come up with a simple demo version of a song at the end of a session. And therefore, it is convenient to have like some kind of vocal booth, vocal studio stuff standing around, like microphones and laptops, and you know, to be able to record it and some instruments and stuff. But it depends on whether they have a studio at home, then that's very convenient, or you know, you book a place. There's really not a way it goes down. It's from time to time, every time it's different. Sometimes they have prepared something. Sometimes all of us don't have a clue and we just sit there and talk. Sometimes I have something. So it's truly different every time. And that's good because you don't really get stuck into one direction, and then if you do it differently from every time, you learn so much more how it can be done. But when it comes to taking the lead, there's not really one who is directing everything, because most of the times one of these people is more on the technical side, the other is good at writing, the third is good with instruments, you know, and I deliver the story. So everybody in their own section is leading. And we are talking into the other section as well. So say like the guy on the computer puts on a beat that I don't like, then I would say I don't like it, you know. So yeah. Exactly, you don't have to be a specialist to have an opinion, especially when it's about my music. I know what I like and what I don't like. But on the other hand, obviously, these are professionals, so if they recommend something and I like it and I understand it, then I would definitely go for it. But most of the time I really believe in what my guts are saying. It's working fine. You know what? I mean, I've chosen Rise Like a Phoenix. And I said that's the song, and I was lucky enough that everybody agreed. But yeah, that was an unconventional choice, but it was as authentic as it can get. At the first album, I was just listening to songs and saying yes or no, and if it was a yes, of course there was the possibility that you can change a little bit and then you're involved in the creative process. But writing a song is completely different. It's very intense. Obviously it takes more time because I'm involved. But I love it, I love the process of seeing a song grow, of remembering where it came from. Is there something, have we lost something good? Do we have to add something new? And it just feels so good and so right to be involved. It's the most logical way that you have to do it your own. But there are other ways in this business, but I decided to go the most authentic one now. No, it's not really stressing me out because I think, well, at least I need certain deadlines because otherwise I would keep on painting the picture as long as I want and would never be finished, So that, for me, it's good to have certain deadline where I have to deliver it. But, we took enough time this year, and so I'm in a really privileged situation that I can come up with something new in a very, smooth and relaxed way. Well, what's happening is that I'm kind of creating my own sound, which is very interesting and a very, very intense journey because, I know what I love to listen to, and it's most of the time something completely different that I enjoy performing on stage. For example, I love a good pop song, I love a good up-tempo club number in the club, but I really don't enjoy it that much performing it on stage. So that's something that I found out. Then obviously I love to sing the high notes, I love to belt it out and show my range, and that's fun. But if you do it constantly, and if like the high belt is in every song, then it really gets tiring. So I want to break that down a little. I want to make it more smooth. I want it to be more laid back, more chilled, more organic, and of course I want it to be big because that's just who I am and this is what I like. So the challenge is to make it very glorious, but not too heavy at the same time, if this is understandable. Well, I would love to achieve a music style that could go with many different moods. It would be great if people would listen to my music in every situation they just feel like it. Because sometimes you have like a playlist that you put on and some candles and whatever, and you want to be romantic, and then like, a little bit of love. And sometimes if you push the button of this random selection of going through all of your music, some songs can really mess up the situation. So I don't think that I have one of those songs on my record that could mess up an intimate moment. No. The only thing that comes to my mind besides the song itself would be like a music video or like just visuals. I don't know if it's a music video or it could be a live performance. No, I don't know. I'm not thinking about it on purpose. It's not like, okay, now I have the song, so how could the music video look like? That just happens naturally. When I hear music, I see pictures. That's it. Yes, I do have some songs that I cry hard too. Unfortunately, I think they're not gonna make it on the record. I mean, I don't know yet. We will see. But there are songs that I cried like a little kid after receiving the final mix. Because you have to wait a little. You know, you go into songwriting sessions, and most of the times, like 3 weeks after that, you get a file where it's like proper done, and you know. There was one specific song that opened my eyes, literally. That was, I think, the closest that I've gotten, or anyone ever have gotten, to my sound, to the way I said, and this is how the whole record should sound like. I have that song, and I'm very happy that I have it. Nobody has heard it yet. It's not Blue Bloom. It's not Blue Bloom now. If a song is developing over time, it happens for a reason, you know. So I would never release now a song that I think was stronger before we worked on it, you know. Sometimes it's really just, sometimes the best version is the piano and the guitar, and that's it. But these days I would not be afraid to say we go back. We get rid of all the drama we put in there, and we go back to the original version. Yeah. It is edgier than the first one. It is softer than the first one. It is more intense than the first one, and because it's more honest. It's 100% me, and I think if you listen to the music, you might have a lot of follow-up questions. I know this series is called Rock Hard, but no, I'm not gonna turn into Aerosmith. Is that rock? Is Aerosmith rock? I would say it's rock. I'm not rock. Not at all. A little bit. I mean, I could. Well, we'll see. Is Aerosmith rock?